Nick, Gaffer, thanks for joining us. Gaffer, we'll start with you. Another game. It seems like they're not ending at the moment, but how's the preparation been heading into Scunthorpe?
Yeah, got over Tuesday. Boys are working hard. It's just all a matter of getting their recovery in them, making sure we don't pick up no more injuries. We've got 3 or 4 injuries already, which we don't want to add to. But no, it's just all about managing their time and, getting warm from Tuesday.
Yeah, we're on to, Saturday will be the 3rd out of the 4 home games on the bounce, but I suppose when you look at it on paper, this one, some might say, this is the easiest game out of them all, but this might actually be the toughest. When a team's struggling, they're always going to be more hungry.
It's an easy game should give the game up and not even mention asking silly questions like that. Every game that you play, they're a professional football side that will be set up to beat us, and I'm fed up with keep saying this to people. They're in the league for a reason to be in the league, the same as we are, and every game that we will be competitive. Where you wind up in the league at the end of the season is possibly where the club or the team deserve to be. So there's no easy games, there's no anything else like that. Yes, we prepare ourselves for every game. Nick Tsaroulla, we don't suddenly sit there, because obviously with these boys and everybody being pro footballers, you respect other professional footballers coming down. So listen, I don't care whether they're bottom of the league or top of the league, we'll approach it the same.
You mentioned how important it is for the lads to recover this week. How hard has it been to manage? Because I'm sure after Tuesday... You
can't manage it. You just can't manage it. You're lap of the gods. And you're looking, every time there's a tackle in training or every time there's someone goes down, you're thinking, oh, no, not another one. And Nick can tell you that because he's had his injuries. And it's just one of them things. We've got a good squad of players. Lucky we got a lot of honest players that are playing for the right reasons and playing because they want to play for the football club and do well for themselves. Otherwise, we would be up a certain street without a paddle. Because, the lads, you cannot fault anybody at this club and the player-wise for the effort they put in. Sometimes, yes, we don't get the results that deserves for obvious and certain reasons that go on in the game. But hey-ho, everybody sticks together and we go again.
Nadders has been getting a lot of good press in the last week or so, 2 brilliant performances in the last 2 games. He said in his post-match, obviously, the start of the season wasn't necessarily ideal for him, only having 1 goal before Christmas, but now, on the second half of Christmas, he's really hit form. Do you take a lot of credit for that yourself, or is that something you just noticed?
It's all down to me. No, listen, it's the team. The team create his goals. He knows he's got to pull his finger out. He knows that he's got to do better than what he's doing, because if he's not scoring goals, you've seen what he can cause you. He's just got to tidy up on the other side of his game, and you've got a good player on it. And that goes for everybody. Everybody can improve. Every game you look to improve. And credit to Nadders, we've had our words, we've done bits with him, and he'll be the first. But he's working hard at his game, and you know what, as I said the other week, the harder you work, the luckier you become. And he deserves all the goals, but it's not finished by a long chalk, by the way. And for you to say that he's had a terrific season so far, well, he hasn't. He's doing what he needs to be doing. Terrific season for me is when he goes and gets 40 goals, 50 goals, and we get promoted. That's a terrific season. All he's doing at the minute is getting his goals what he's paid to do.
And obviously the fans have been very complimentary of the whole team, both performances on Tuesday night and Saturday against Forest Green. I suppose the last 2 games have been a good advert for league football, and, we're just making sure they're getting behind it as well. They've been really good the last 2 games with their support.
The supporters have always been good with us. I've got no problem with the supporters at all. Sometimes it's the stupid people that are watching the games reporting on it. They're the ones that give me the hump, because some of them, they don't report what they see. They report what they want to think that they're seeing. And that's what gets me annoyed, because, to even be where we are at this stage of the season, for what we've been through and the injuries and the COVIDs and blah-de-blah-de-blah, sometimes I just sit there and you think, what have you got to do to convince these people that the lads are giving everything they can? Sometimes the results don't work, but you'll never hear me slagging the players off and blaming them, because if we win together, we win together, we lose together. And then if we do lose together, we just blame Nick for it. It's simple.
Yeah, Nick, 2 out of 4 home games on the bounce. How have you been finding it so far?
No, it's good. I'm enjoying it. Obviously, every game is very tough, but we've got a good win Saturday, and didn't lose the other night. Felt like we could have won, but at the end of the day, we got a point, and we have to look for the next game.
I suppose it's difficult, isn't it? Because you look at Tuesday night, and some may say in the manner that we lost, the manner that we drew, it feels like a loss. But when you look at the form table, Oldham are a very good side, as John said. You can't take that for granted, really, can you?
No, you have to look at the positives. we like to look at the balance. So we know what we could have done better, but at the end of the day we got a point. They're on good form, and we felt like we should have won the game. So we can use that as confidence and push on for the next game.
Games coming thick and fast, as we said, 2 out of the 4 home games. I'm sure that you'd rather have 4 on the bounce at home rather than be going home away with the travelling involved as well.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, travelling far doesn't help on the body. So yeah, it's good. We just got to take advantage of these home games.
What do you think? How happy is yourself and the team been with the recent performances? Because you have been getting a lot of credit yourself as well with your recent performances. But how do you think, on the whole, the team has performed?
I think we're doing really well, but I think the minute we get happy and satisfied is a problem, and I don't think anyone has that mindset at the club. And we know what we're doing right and we know what we're doing wrong, and we have to find that balance and continue to do what we're doing well and work on what we got to do better. You
keep touching on the 4 home games and the bounce, but I suppose for you it's nice as well. You've even got your own chart now. I'm sure you've noticed your own rendition of Tequila, so that must feel really nice.
No, it is nice. It gives me a little boost of confidence when I hear that, and it shows that I might do something good, and it's nice to entertain the crowd and do things that make them happy as well.
Cool, thanks, Nick. Right.
Nick, Nad has said on Tuesday that it did feel like a loss, even though you got a point. Mm-hmm. How do you, as a player, as an individual and a team, get over that feeling straight away and move on to the next game?
I think it's a bit much. I think people are talking. We haven't lost at the end of the day. We felt like we should have won, absolutely, and we gave away 2 points, but at the end of the day, we didn't lose, so we can take confidence from that. A team that's on form. We battled hard, and it was tough conditions as well, but. Like I said, we've got to take the confidence out of the game and take what we've done well.
Yeah, and you yourself individually, you're on one of your longer run spells of starting, and that you must be really pleased with how you're doing, avoiding injury. Touch wood. And you must be just really pleased with how you're performing.
I am pleased. Yeah, I mean, I know the things I've got to work on and do better. I think, like I said before, the minute you start getting happy and satisfied, and things go downhill. So it's always looking to improve. But it's nice to get that good run of games, and touch wood, hopefully, stay fit. And just look to keep improving each game.
Yeah, I know John isn't someone who looks at the league table and that. What about yourself? Is that something you look at, and you've got 8 games in March, and a lot of them at home, 6 of them I think at home. You look at that and you think, if we get this and that, could we beat the playoffs? Do you look at that, or do you just next game?
I just look at the next game, to be honest. I think when you look too much into the future, it can affect where you are in the present. And I think staying in the moment and focusing on the next game and one day at a time is how you got to live life and take the next game. And you start looking at 8 games down the line. Well, we haven't even finished the next one. So I think it's important that we all stay there, and that's what we continue to do.
And looking at the next game, what kind of challenge are you expecting from Scunthorpe?
It's going to be every game in this league is so tough. They're fighting for their lives, but so are we, and we have to approach it. I don't care where they are in the league. They're going to go in tough, and we've got to come out fighting harder.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. John, when do you start looking at the league table?
When do I start looking at the league table?
Yeah.
At the end of the season, I think.
Yeah.
It's pointless looking at the league table. You've got to look at the squad. You've got to look at especially this place. There's so many other things to be looking at and worrying about. That league tables, really, that's just the level of what work you've been doing. It's obviously where you're going to be in that league. Sometimes it don't justify where you should be or where you think you should be. So, come April, end of April, I suppose, when I'm sitting in my cave, as I keep saying, in Mallorca, that's when I might look at it and go, what a good season we had.
As you've got 4 points from the last 2 games, win on Saturday, it's 7 points from 3 games. That you must go into the game with confidence.
Listen, that's one thing with me. I think sometimes I'm always confident because I know what we've got under the tank. Don't ever forget that there's another side out there, and they'll be confident of beating us. Because if they're not, well, then their manager's a good manager, and they're not going to come down here and lay down for us.
No.
So confidence and all that, to me, you breed your own confidence. If we're not confident in yourself, you're not confident in life. If you're not confident reporting in newspapers about referees, well, then you've got to look at yourself, ain't you, and go, well, why am I doing it?
Yeah. Thanks, John.
Cool. Tim.
Thank you, guys. John, quickly on if there was the red card on Tuesday, so are you in the stand on Saturday? That mean Lewis will be in the dugout. Will he running things on Saturday? Just trying to picture it, and that's quite a responsibility. But I mean, he was, coach. Now he might be John Yems for 90 minutes on Saturday.
We've got a cunning plan for that. but I can't tell you what it is because I ain't worked it out yet. No. Listen, Lewis has been around a game of football. We've got good professional football people out there.
Second season, you feel really settled now as a Crawley player and as a member of the starting 11 pretty much most of the time.
Yeah, no, it's nice. I feel like I've had to obviously, earn my place, earn the trust of the gaffer and earn my trust from the teammates. So it's nice to, be more of a key member of the team now and really try and contribute as much as I can.
Well, key member, absolutely, and it's some defence you're building there, isn't it? The people you've got around you. John, I was going to say John and Lee. John and the team are really building a squad there and a strong defence. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, fair play to the gaffer and everyone else involved, and bringing the players in, and the amount of talent that we have in this squad is very high. So I've got great players around me, and I want to continue to learn off them, and hopefully contribute myself as well.
Tony, of course, that record number of, he's got a special shirt with over 600 appearances in the Football League. He's seen it and done it. You're just 22 coming through the game. What do you learn from someone like him? You bring the talent you had and your youth time at Spurs, but he's got this legendary sort of time in the Football League. How do those two sort of marry together? Experience and youth. You got with you and you got with someone like Tony.
Well, it's top. I mean, you see it every day in training, and the things he says, and pull you aside and sort of speak to you personal and have a good relationship with Tony. And from the first day, I've learnt a lot from him. So I just want to continue to do that. And it's nice that I feel like he's got my back on and off the pitch, and hopefully he feels that I have his back as well.
And I guess is it also helping you understand, I suppose the inconsistencies of football full stop, but certainly in League Two. Crawley, could be doing so well, with some of the performances, but you can see the late goals, you're scoring late goals. It can be inconsistent at this level, can't it? Absolutely.
I mean, he's played enough games, and he said, gave me a lot of great advice, and it's sort of always on to the next, and sort of learning from your mistakes, and don't get caught too much, in the past. And if you do mess up, or something doesn't quite go your way as a team and individually, it's you've got to wipe it clean and go straight on to the next, learn from it, and try and do your best next time to rectify those mistakes, and try and win the next game.
And I wonder if having had Oldham on Tuesday after the Forest Green, ahead of course of a fellow struggler Scunthorpe on Saturday, helps you ready for this weekend. This understanding that, as John says, there's no easy games in football full stop, especially in League Two. You'll be ready for this weekend.
Absolutely. I mean, it doesn't matter who we play, whether it's a Premiership team or someone in League Two. It's the exact same. It's the same approach. It's the same preparation. It's the same mindset, and we have to go out there and get the job done.
Did you just notice there he had to mention Premiership sides? He thought you was going to ask him about his goal against Leeds, because he has to bring that up all the time.
Do you think that the... He's very thread now. Is it in a way perhaps harder playing an Oldham and a Scunthorpe than it is a Forest Green in some sense?
I don't think it's harder. They're all tough. They're coming in, they're fighting for their lives, and they want to try and nick the 3 points off of us. And sometimes we might go into a game as so-called the favourites, but I don't think we should see it like that. I think every game it's an even field. We both have 11 men out there. We're both fighting to try and win, and like I said, we just got to go out there, do our best, and get the job done.
Your manager John Yems has said to us a few times, if only. He said it'd be a tough task if he had everyone fit. If only he had everyone. I mean, that must be a frustration shared with the players. You just can't get a consistent 11, 12, 13 with injuries and so on. Imagine what you could have if everyone was fit at one time.
Of course, it's just a part of life, isn't it? Things don't always work out, and we just have to make the best out of the situation that we have. Of course, it'd be brilliant if we had everyone fit, but unfortunately, that's not how life or this game works. And bad things happen, injuries happen, and we just have to react to it and do the best that we can.
And let's be fair to the supporters who pay their money, and so often, I wouldn't say Crawley flattered to deceive, but you get a run of results, then a couple of defeats or something. It happens to every side. You can understand the fans thinking how much potential there is in this squad and in this club. And it's just keeping, isn't it, getting that consistency. And who knows what you can achieve.
Of course, I mean, you know, I've said before, we've got a lot of talent, you know, in this squad and in this team, and like I said, every game we just have to go out, do the best we can with the opportunity that we're given, and you know that's what we always try to do. You know, like I said, things don't always, you know, turn out the way we want it to be, but you know, we'll always do the best, and we'll always try and get that job done.
Finally, for me, you've been reunited. Remy's come. You knew him from Spurs.
Yeah.
You know, your two careers have sort of come together again at Crawley. How's that been for you? Is it him giving you advice? You giving him advice? Helping him through?
No, it's a little bit of both. You know, it's a shame he unfortunately picked up an injury the other day, but hopefully he can get back quick. And you know, it was nice to link up. It was a bit like the old days, linking up with him. You know, when he played, and I feel like we got a good connection there. And yeah, like I said, hopefully he can just get back from his injury as quick as possible.
Is that an example of the quality you've got? If you've got everyone fit, the sort of players you've got, the front and the back and the side, all the way through the spine. Of
course, yeah. I mean, we've got a hell of a lot of good players when you know look at our fully fit squad. But you know, like I said, life isn't like that. Football's not like that. Injuries are a part of the game, and you know we have to just react and you know do the best that we can with the players that are out there.